And it is Alfredo now, being Alfredo himself and MGamer. We're facing off. Flap and Dirty Finisher as the axis in the game 1. With the double Oster. On Elst. This is the mix of the British and the Soviets. It's not the classic Soviet versus Austria for once. In the double Austria matchup.
The new infantry section is ready for battle.
And we will have double MG42 from the Axis. Return the UC. And it's the assault sections for Flap to dealing with. Does have elite troops for that, I'd say. Sure, he's gonna get himself the house straight away. Comes in with some early wiring here, sandbagging. The contrary, Alfredo will be coming back for his ammunition. Wants to flank far around here. MGamer present across the map. Could have been maybe a good engagement here with the sword sections. That's not about to happen here for him. Seems Flap found himself stuck here. Yeah, that's quite an unfortunate outcome for him. So won't be able to upgrade the sweepers to cut himself free. On the contrary, if he gets snared, Finisher would be up to the task, possibly. Help either by cutting free or maybe coming over here for the capturement. Eventually, if they with the play, coming this long way around with these sword sections. Sure. It's himself here. Some wire. And of course, fresh sandbags. MG is gonna free itself just in time here. Still needs to get reach this point here for Flap to be freed again from his misery. Yeah, the finisher won't be up for that. Instead, to his fortune, soul check sections as yet not been able to track the stuck pioneer down. You're probably just happy with his access to the fuel here of Flap. Quite a decent start for the allies.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Will be some green cover here as well for him in the middle, but manages to catch here sword sections. No, the vehicles is already ready for the defense, for the backup, and here comes the removal package. Free the pioneer. Here we go. Flap managed to save himself here, eventually. The Grenadiers will come in for an all but around attack for the fuel. We're already on the run here. The MG is also ready. So now we have Flap in a pretty decent location here. And I guess that's about to be a demolition charge here for the house.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
So yeah, early game, where the first touch goes to the allies, but the axe is coming in strong. With the defense here for the cutoff. Gets himself the assault sections. Should indeed not have the tools here for dealing with the 2-2s themselves, at least not being outnumbered like that. Can't win that 1v1.
The sector is at risk.
Contrary also with an assault here of himself. For the fuel of the Soviet.
120mm mortars are now available for deployment. Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to fight for the
It's the
motherland.
guard. Or the MGamer. To finish a caching in the first wipe. It's quite the loss for the Soviet player here. And yeah, Flap in a decent spot. Definitely Alfredo here pushing very deep, somewhat overextending and collapsing quite easily. With a huge set down here. Now it's the offset player and a very decent positioning here for him. Also with that sneaky teller around upon the open. So maybe not the easiest time here for Alfredo. For finding himself back in the hand of the VP, but Lap is about to fall back. It's gonna be the Panzer Grenadiers, G43s, yes, it's elite troops doctrine. Their best choice here for the assault sections, being given the circumstances. That was also quite the decent choice here for MGamer. Fancy suppression.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Engineers, base TP grunts don't really stand a chance against the elite infantry. Return though. Alfredo comes around instead for the cutoff. Play of his. Using the size of the map. Grand is in grave danger. Not to get wiped. But Alfredo doesn't follow up here confident enough. Telemine as well over here. Whoa, what a rifle grenade from Flap. Almost Alfredo here getting punished for going in too deep. And yeah, we have the AA, but Alfredo, well, we have the possible anti-air package to be upgraded. Standing here next to the teller mine, about to explode. In turn though, Alfredo doesn't really have the ammunition for the upgrade in return. Spending, of course, a lot of ammunition for the sword infantry sections here. Speed ground attack, sure. Could be that guard. No. It's away in the very last moment for him. Aldredo just coming yet again for the fuel.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our
To get
points.
snared, but safely far enough away here. Was protected by the Pack 40. Got a ready to attack for finisher. Rather very early. Might be interested in bringing in some medium armor here. And there's the AA. In 42 to 2, but 2 to 2 already successful here in forcing away another unit. We got the sweeper, but seems Alfredo's not realizing that there is the teller mine around. We just sweep that off here. It's that double Pack 40. It's lining up. Doesn't explode here, of course, because of Sweeper being around, so Aldredo may be able to pass just through. Yeah, but yeah, I guess now eventually he's coming in for it, seems like it. Or not. Not sure. Placing a mine himself.
Forces
Yeah,
have
okay.
constructed a company command post.
Quite the dangerous mine not to clear.
Shit! Under fire from anti-tank gun.
Yeah, clears of the mine eventually. Let's say Elephant is not the best choice for this map. Finisher still not picking any doctrine yet. Maybe waiting for the choice of his opponent here. He has the 120 in the guard, so should be aware of that by now. 2 could be finished off by the ground attack. And there is the miss by that one.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Terminator. Yeah, you can only play 2 rounds as
There's a rather
axes.
splendid Cromwell ready to go.
3 as allies, so eventually there will be an issue.
It's con check. Good.
He's not behind with the VPs, also somewhat with the fuel resources, I guess.
Under fire! Jerry MG has a spot!
There's no final tier yet. But the P4 will come out for finish already. So it's gonna be rather late timing. MGamer, but indeed. 50T70 also feeling Sophia somewhat expensive light tank. Instead we have the MGamer with the Cromwell. That brings in already tier 3 tech. So want to come around with the miss. Nice smoke from the MGamer. Okay, flat with more and more G43s. Seeing phosphorus. Back with the dodge.
Point is being overrun.
Sorry, but we're being bloody shot at!
Tech comes in the MGamer.
Marking and targeting of vehicles is now available. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Could have been also a decent grenade. Turn it is a stun grenade, a little bit cheaper. Winning flap here, the engagement. Probably regardless. Of course with no direct damage impact. Finisher really creeping up upon the MGamer here in the American player duel. It's a US American player duel, of course.
Has arrived from the fatherland.
It's the battle of the countrymen. Fire suppression. Still there's the state. Unlocked though in the last moment. They're playing it somewhat safe. Gets in the Panther. He was gonna send a section here for the fuel resources. So far this goes by. It's phosphorus. Finisher not paying the attention, neither does Slap. In to invest the Panther around the corner. The double pack 40, the ground attacks. I think with some huge losses Using here both his 6-pounders. First of all, of course, it's the D crew, but yep. Take one down, taking another one for himself, so it's a crucial loss for Alfredo. Lots of manpower he has to invest for acquiring himself 2 more 6-pounders, when return 1 being in the hands of his opponent. And indeed doesn't have the resources for
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished.
that. It's quite costly.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Really opens here some space for the Panther. And we're really with the edge over the Panther with the high
We're
armor.
losing a capture point.
So that may lead into a decent triple VP lead here eventually for the Axis, and here it is. Chrome overs the Panther. With the double bounce. Fortunate. I'm going to connect the overshots. So I'm always struggling with the moving accuracy. Gets the vibe. Two very fortunate shots here for finisher. Finish and return, just salvaging his resource advantage. It's the 85 by now to face the double P4 with the double pack 40. Overall, just having a little bit the edge here somewhat. With one more shot to be killed for the 85, but it may not bounce any pack 40 in return. And oh, there goes
Damned enemies trying to take a point
another
from us.
section for Alfredo, and it's, I'm afraid, the only one he got is down to all but only these old sections with the SMGs.
Our attacking hammer tactics are ready for use.
In danger. Actually, there's the shot blocker here for Alfredo.
The Tactical Air Force is sending support.
Interesting mark for the Panther.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Seems the decision has been made. The allies, the team Alfredo know, about to focus upon the middle and the right hand side here. Finisher eventually victorious here upon his side of the map. Getting in the fuel for the Axis and the team for glory.
We have lost the MG team.
And here's the snare for the 85. Before coming around. Oh, it's not struggling with the armor, but the pack 40 is behind, so it's gonna be the trade. At the very least, a finisher here. To fall to the Cromwell. Going just the next moment after. So it's Indeed, 2 tanks for 1. Very handy outcome for the Axis to upon the advantage. Map.
Enemy forces are
The
securing our
Ace.
territory.
Fisher is about to bring another P4 to keep his army going and his advantage over Soviet player.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Alfredo in a wipe. Trying to bring the save. Return now. Alfredo here, unnecessarily extending. Not to lose. Indeed, his assault section here to finish her. Somewhat, after all, a too greedy play of his. This is players of that caliber here. Definitely have the experience with the finisher and flap. She finds the very early placed mine here, Alfredo, but it's the critical force of armor here for the push to take it out. Not changing anything here. The combat now. Alfredo. Tiger with the bounce. With the connection. Gets the kill. It's the ATG for the P4.
Are securing our territory.
Fortunately for the Allies, it's quite the efficiency in the resource income. Combat stopping. Oh, there's the double this. We're about to chase. That gets another pen off. Taking down that combat for himself. And coming around with the engine boost.
300 points remaining. Increase your efforts.
Falling back though in time after all. And next P4 for finisher to come in time at least. Some relief for the Allies. Getting back their main fuel point though. Still behind here overall. Allies bring in all the other important resource points here around the middle of the map. So still have a clear dominance overall. Both in ammunition and fuel resources. Somewhat struggling, found himself here back into the map. Unfortunate with the T and combat really struggling to find here the target. There's the surrender from the indeed Alfredo no. At the end, it's a show of strength and experience from For Glory being finisher and flap. With the allied player very struggling here to find their way into the match. Eastern veterancy overall. For the Axis, barely losing any units. Yeah, Meow not really with the best KD, neither Alfredo. Getting... Yeah, with Riley also not a devastating KD versus Ost here. Representing very well the outcome of the match. It's rather a decisive win for the team For Glory. Having the dominance here in the army value. And also points held wise. Finish and flap, bring in here the dominant map control for them for the most of the game. Yeah, MGamer and Alfredo really lacking behind here at the end. Just collapsing with the map control as well. Struggling to find their way into the match. Game 2. Turn, we have no finisher and flap as the allies from the south side. Meow and Alfredo from the northern side. It's gonna be in return MGamer versus flap. Finisher will be facing Alfredo. Some changes been made here. Might be here the strategy from the Alfredo no team as the Axis to try their luck with a different opponent. Could be the idea here to turn around the series for them.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Possibly MGamer having a better time versus flap as the British with the Ost here. And also easier, somewhat, faction scenario for him.
We have taken it. The enemy has taken our supply sector.
The Cuba, of course. Alfredo. Be used here against finisher with the conscripts.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
There will be the UC for flap in the return. With the sandbags. Pushing that house here very successfully for him. MGamer with the slow start here for him.
Objective secure. We will defend it to the death.
Up with the house in return. Lacking here the map control. You see quite the expansive invasion it always is. And able to cap anything itself. Turn Alfredo not going for the cutoff, it seems. Would have been a nice decision of his here. It's the misclick, the misplay. Or a change of his mind here. Or it will be the cutoff after all. HP-wise. LS already with a very decent start for them.
Soviet HQ now includes a field hospital, but only for those who are seriously wounded. We are losing territory.
Pioneer to live. We should not move the damage to finish off that unit. Use here of the suppression ability from the UC. There goes die Kübel. Just by the small arms fire. Finisher with a good start. All the desperation of the engagements. Alfredo with already quite the amount of incendiary grenades here, trying to turn around the engagements here for him by that.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Finisher just without the Molotovs, not investing into the flamethrower, but with 4 conscripts, definitely a lot of core infantry for him into the matchup.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Could struggle here with some land mining.
Well done, comrades. The point is ours. Okay, that's the last one. Contact with the enemy. I can't be.
Of the house, but it is
Fire! Enemy squad.
flamethrower.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
We are bleeding, comrade.
That back upon the house. MGamer rather struggling with that one so far. And there will be possibly a demolition charge here. Oh, should probably wait here that. Alfredo might have spotted that one already here.
Supply sector under attack. Vishka HMGs are ready to deploy. Guard rifle infantry squads are now available.
Some choice for finisher. Airborne troops tactics for him. Classic move I saw to flap in the return. Also have the 6-pounder for the defense of the UC.
We may now deploy heavy machine guns, comrade.
Awaiting command. Enemy machine gun.
So that one. So it might be the ammo piercing rounds.
AT grenades now available to all conscripts. Conscripts can now
It's
throw
been called
molotovs.
upon. Labs realizing quite late. Makes it out just in time. And Alfredo with the Fallschirmjägers.
tank gun is ready for action.
They're getting closer!
So it's been almost 10 minutes and I think it's about the first contestant here in MGamer. At least effectively upon the fuel from the allies. Return Alfredo brought the light heavy machine gun, let's say. Being the MG34 here for his fuel point. And there will be the Zis from Finisher. We're dealing with the AA. It's already down some VPs overall.
Shoot back, comrades!
But Finish and Return making good use of his airdrop weapons here. Get the SVTs. And with the sprint, making it behind the MG for Alfredo. Chasing it around just to fall back into his safely made sandbags, but there's the AA coming in here for fencing him off.
Encroaching on our territory. Heavy vehicle production can now begin. The enemy has cut off a sector.
The tech, and there will be rather late T70 here for Finisher. Does have already quite a few. Could have also just tagged for the T34. We've been not too far off from it, like about 50 fuel, but about 2 to 3 minutes for him. With the commandos flap in return, making their way possibly around the corner here. Coming in for the cutoff. Be at a 2-2 here very soon. Oh, flap with the miss. Lacks somewhat the side here for his infantry.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
It's definitely not the best engagement here for MGamer, but we will win some time, of course, for him. UC comes in for the heavy MG42 yet again. Not reacting here with the AP rounds to come around the corner, but the 6-pounder is ready for that one. Trying here to bait the 2-2 into its death, but we see it again the miss for Flap. This is almost Using half their total VPC already. Oh, it's every VP basically being neutralized. Like in the very beginning of the match. Or the rare moment in the call to game here. Actually looking for that AA. What's this? Yeah, it goes. Not sure what Alfredo was thinking here about that engagement. Very dangerous gaming of his here. Engaging with the rather already damaged AA here, DT70. With no intel about these discounts whereabouts.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
And SVT cons quite with the damage. Turn. Seems somewhat change of the strategy paying out for the allies and for the Axis. We are with the fortunate Austria against the British instead for this game. Return though, Alfredo already with some losses here. The finisher getting stronger and stronger. It's now 4 SVT conscripts for him. And he almost does indeed have so the resources for the T-34. The contrary, Alfredo still needs the authorization here. His P4. Of course, finisher not yet with the final attack here. All engineers are trying to engage here on the run, so that he may follow up with that. With the very late with the half track. The axis here. And delay somewhat. Whatever it is for the all-step player. Be a medium tank. Could be the Panther or Brumba. Maybe even already banking his resources for the Tiger.
Reinforcements complete.
Runs the commandos. He's their overall performance. It's a Neri barrage coming in with rifle grenade. Commandos dodging here the fire. And they retreat, so they're gonna live very happily. And it's also gonna be the sniper for Flap.
We are losing a sector.
But the half-track still coming in handy for him.
Fragmentation bombers now available.
Flap with the hammer. About to get himself the comet here in about 1 to 2 minutes. Contrary, Alfredo with some mining.
A capture point is being overrun.
He's decently enough here to defend his fuel here with the MG. And it is the T-34 versus the OKW P4. Sniper with the 2 kills. Find himself another really rifle grenade from MGamer in return. Very actively trying to create some value out of it. Comes the barrage. Oh, it's already too late here for him. Sniper with the miss. In return, the smoke enables him here to fall back safely. Yet again, 2-2 is about to escape. Finisher also with the double zis. In the second one just in time for dealing with the P4 here from the Axis. Good first shot from the MG, but could be the dead T-34 ready. Oh. It's about to live. Before to dive here, but Richard comes around with the snare. Nice attempt with the ground attack from Alfredo. She doesn't have the ammo for the rocket run here, for the Sturmweg.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
That T-34 could have changed a lot for him. But after all, just a T-34. Finisher is probably about to get another one. Nice. And mining here from Finisher to defend his advantage. Or his VP rather.
Enemy forces capturing supply
Turn
sector.
flap. Finally with the combat. It's coming rather late. It's a double pen with the miss from the Pack 40s. Seems Alfredo thinking maybe Alfredo's about to dive upon the combat here. In the end, MGamer seems not to follow up, so also tried the risky engagement, of course. Seems to be the instant Tiger. Oh, it's the Panther. Actually, could have gotten the Tiger here for MGamer. Interesting decision making of his here. Let's have indeed the resources for the Tiger, but it's gonna be the Panther.
Tanks are ready.
Tiger definitely with the better health pool, high armor, and in return the Panther with the speed to maybe make a play. And Panther's going straight in, but the 6 pounders double pen. And Panther about to die. Here's the crucial block. Oh, it's a double bounce. Wow, very fortunate for MGamer. Indeed. Transfer the expander seed to pen, I'd say about 60 to 70%. Bovim getting the double bounce here is rather very low possibility to happen. So that's very, very fortunate for the Axis. It could have been a tough loss for MGamer. Press to aim somewhat for the exit of the base to the vicinity here to come in for the VP. With the option here to find somewhat the Pack 40, the mortar, the heavy MG. Return finisher with a caddy instead. Splash coming in. Very pretty schwer here. It is from Alfredo. Seven strafe. It's winning him some time. Glory on the first game. Follow-up ground attack. It's still pretty far though for finisher to connect. Panther's back. Spawners are ready. And finisher with a nice contestment to the right side of the map. It's looking good for the allies. Next Mattress comes in. Finds the heavy MG. The MG is gonna lift though. With the straight retreat.
We have a new SU-85. The sector is at risk. Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
It's a nice kill here, only to 70.
One of our armored vehicles.
And conscripts in real danger. Don't have any HP We could finish him off very easily with the gunner here, but Alfredo has no interest in that wipe, I'm afraid. Return loses his truck for the tier 2. And next mattress is yet again aiming, not always for the same location. No, it's not. That is looking to attack against the Comet. Oh, it's gonna be mortar. Gets it. With the fine help here of the 6-pounder. Good play from Flap. It's definitely worth a lot. Finishing off the mortar half-track. Helping passively greatly MGamer. And it's a decent idea as well. Adding up the phosphorus shot here. Trying to find the pack 40, but it's too late already. We have the skill planes. Alfredo. It's a rather waste here, since his teammate not about to follow up. Clap already back into safety, so quite the amount of resources spent here for nothing. Both Flap is going in though again. Had to miss the shot. That's so fortunate for him. Wow. Planes just melting the Comet here in no time. Yeah. Bad decision of Flap to return into the area. It's gonna be though another Comet here for him. In return, it might be the mighty Tiger just around the corner for the Axis. Turn finisher. Using here the Zis gun. Not looking good for his 85. Cooking here maybe the flung button. Yes. Wisha with the misplay. Locking in the strong ability. Slowing him down. So Alfredo may finish him off here. And that's just gonna turn around here the options for the Axis to maybe make a comeback. 5 with danger, but MGamer not confident enough to follow up here deeply. Yes, it's gonna live. This combat is ready. So is the Tiger. But this sword might be better than the Overwatch skill point. Nice, we Tress. finds a wipe.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
There it is. Double bounce yet again from these 6-pounders. Return though here. Tiger with a lot more armor. Comparison to the Panther with the 300 armor. Panther, no, it's just about 260. And later on with the armored skirts up to 286. So yeah, the Tiger may have the higher chances here to bounce off some shots from the allies. Making good use of that sniper here. Provide some intel for his army. I'm sure about that play. Really the best result here for him. Getting too close to the heavy MG. And definitely the MG42 with some damage to bring into that. Next mattress is ready. It's already gone. Too aggressively placed here by Alfredo, I'd say. So it can be only DKT for him. Best to build a little bit safer at least versus dirty finisher. The disrespect here with that definitely cost him quite something. Return now though the axis. Getting back into the seed of the double VP control. Some shot from the Comet. And also poor positioning here from the MGamer.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Again, 6-pounders not able to penetrate the KT, which is superior armor. And there goes the P4 from Alfredo. Tiger. Yet again with the double bounce.
The enemy has 100 points remaining.
Lab probably not too happy of the performance of his ATGs here. stress. Going up. Sure. See players realizing. Luckily, he's gonna live here.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Yeah, it's just about 80 VPs for the Axis. Oh, they stopped the train.
Supply sector under attack.
And triple VP control. Sure, maybe for the first time coming in for the Axis in this game 2 here. Decent caddy barrage. Was a creeping one. But 3-4 really paying off for finisher. Double combat for flap. With the bounces. Smoke here. Very kind of Alfredo to save the Zist guns from the Fallschirmjägers. So they may fire upon the KT. This is almost 20 kills. Finishing off a grenadier here in the retreat. Very least. Oh, be that grand. It's gonna live. Set Alfredo with the Puma. Yeah, he lost that Schwer, so I guess the decision been made here. Going in and set the light vehicle tank hunters. Commandos about. Maybe also light gaming bomb? No. Is it gonna be enough? Yeah, he's not ready. It's about 20 more seconds. Good shot from the Comet.
threatening a capture point.
Nice rush from the Mistress. It's at 3 by now.
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
That would have opened a nice close the pocket. Yeah, I'm afraid it's not up the menu. Have turned around. Unfortunately for the allies, for the Axis, and instead it is the KT for Alfredo. That I'm pretty sure it should be game.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Alfredo losing. Here the P4 doesn't have the units for defending his KT with the greedy Schwer getting punished. Unable to rebuild anything into his defenses for the KT, and thus there is the surrender. Would you know Alfredo? No. Throwing in the KT, being the Alfredo gamer. Heavy casualties overall as well in total for the Axis. The contrary, decent amount of kills for the Matras is definitely paying off here greatly. So do the commandos, and put up by the comets. Turn finisher with quite the kills as well for the T-34, being the key unit here in his army with a great impact upon the game. Finally, the SVT conscripts in the masses and numbers. With the damage here in the engagements on any range somewhat for the Soviet, and very early on here into the game by dropping the weapons from the air. Stats. Yeah, finisher with quite a decent KD here, positive, versus the OKW with the Fallschirmjäger, so that's just excellent for him. And by his side, Flap with the British, also very successful here with his statistics, having a great KD upon the Austria, quite in the contrary to the game 1. With the allies being very far behind in terms of their KD performances. Army value wise also. Allies bring in some decent units, being somewhat ahead. Then after all, eventually the Axis throwing in some of their units. Allies able to rebuild after losing the tanks shortly after the 35 or minute 30 here. And eventually with the loss of the KT and Alfredo with the loss of his Schwer not displayed here in the army value, definitely not able to rebuild. And thus, of course, the Allies with the win, but also the dominant map control. Points held-wise across the majority of the game, and the VP advantage for them, bringing them into a very handy position for most of the game, and just not having to take too great risks here for winning the series.